Quote. Sir, imagine if today one of our MPs would say, anywhere, would say this and say the temerity of the judges, the courts. But no, what we hear from Congress today, oh, you are undermining institutions, you have no respect to the Constitution, you that, you this. Look at this one statement, sir. And during emergency, passing the 42nd Amendment, the attitude of Gamand, the Gamandiya Gadbadhan, even today, but then they spoke that, passing the 42nd Amendment. The people of India didn't forgive this, and that's why they lost miserably. When she conceded to change the amendment, na? Sir, all right, don't beg for concessions like that. All right? Sir, what is today's INC, sir? In the budget session 2022, मैं ये गमंड बदला नहीं है, कम नहीं हुआ, उसको साबित करना चाहती हूँ. Budget session 2022, sir. I'm not taking the name of the Congress leader who's not in this house, but I'm sure this statement will obviously ring a bell to everybody. The judiciary, I quote, the judiciary, the election commission, Pegasus, these are all instruments of destroying the voice of the Union of States, unquote. You heard CM Stephen then, and you just see the statements which are coming. Committed judiciary is what they wanted. The contempt for the judiciary and the constitutional bodies is not new now. And that term was used by one eminent congressman. And that eminent congressman, I'll take his name, sir, because I have to quote him, Sri Mohan Kumar Mangala. He had said that the government will appoint chief justices based on the government's assessment of their philosophy and outlook, telling the parliament in 1973, I quote, certainly, we as a government have a duty to take into consideration, I'm putting it in brackets, certainly, we as a government have a duty to take the philosophy, the outlook of the judge in coming to the conclusion whether he should or should not lead the Supreme Court at this time. I repeat this quote, sir. Certainly, we as a government have a duty to take the philosophy and the outlook of the judge in coming to the conclusion whether he should or should not lead the Supreme Court at this time, unquote. After the judgment on Keshwanand Bharati case, sir, you're an eminent senior who became a senior advocate at a very young age, and I stand before you talking small things about judiciary. Pardon me if I have any, oversight which has not worked well. A day after the historic judgment in April 25, 1973, in the Keshwanand Bharati case, in which the majority declared that the parliament cannot alter or abridge the basic structure of the constitution, Srimati Indira Gandhi was furious with the judgment because it constricted the party's plan to bring in major amendments. So the three judges, this is what I want to highlight, committed judiciary. If they are not there, we'll do what we want. So the three judges were accorded swift punishment via suppression on April 26, and Justice A.N. Ray, who did not subscribe to the majority decision, was elevated. After Ray retired in 77, again, Srimati Indira Gandhi government gave supersession, superseded the senior most candidate, Justice Hansraj Khanna, to appoint Justice Mirza Hamidullah Beg as the Chief Justice. So it is really sad that the test that I'm putting each one of these amendments, whether they was in line with the constitutional spirit, whether the process was followed, whether the large economic good was considered, or social good was considered as an objective, none of them meet that. The OBC Commission is something which I want to in contrast mention how our intent, Prime Minister Modi was clear. The OBC Commission will have to be set up, and constitutional amendments have to empower communities and not put them at a disadvantage. But therefore, the 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act was brought in 2018 and inserted Article 338B. But what's the contrast, sir, with the Congress? In 1950, Kaka Kalekar Commission was formed, but Congress prevented its report from being published. Dr. Ambedkar was of the view that Pandit Nehru was not concerned about the welfare, was not concerned enough about the welfare of the SCs. I quote Baba Saheb Ambedkar, "From the very first election, we have been fighting against the Congress because it is unnecessarily interfering with our rights. Just see the leader of the Congress party, Pandit Nehru. He has delivered 2,000 speeches during the last 20 years, but he has never spoken about the welfare of scheduled castes even once." This is Baba Saheb Ambedkar's words. So, from this, he further says, from this you can judge what sympathy the Congress party can have for our people when its leader is so much adamant. Unquote. Sir, this is said several times, but it's worth saying now. Congress did not even allow Baba Saheb's photo to be installed in the central hall of the old Parliament House for decades. He was, of course, denied Bharat Ratna. Similarly, the Mandal Commission was created to provide reservation for backward classes. But Mrs. Indira Gandhi or even Sri Rajiv Gandhi opposed it, delaying 27% reservation for the OBCs in central institutions. So we are the ones who brought it in, not the Congress. One more interest. One more instance of how the GST, which was again a constitutional amendment which has to be brought in. Sir, GST related constitutional provisions has never been encouraged prior to its bringing by Prime Minister Modi in 2017. Sir, this started very quickly to trace the timeline, sir. Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee was the first to suggest during the NDA rule in 2000 to get going with the GST. However, the sincere efforts that he made could not realize or could not see the light of the day. And the 10 years after his tenure, led by the UPA, did not much do to get it on board. Sir, within 2 years after the introduction in the Parliament of the GST-related 101st Constitutional Amendment Act was passed and ratified by more than 50 states with effect from 8th September 2016. Just the data will tell you, sir, where the Congress party was. Despite being a coalition comprising of 26 parties, the UPA could not manage to get this GST. Even Congress-ruled states were opposed for the GST to be brought in. 2012. I'll say that as well. I'll say that as well. That will also be said. 3 BJP-ruled states. 3 BJP-ruled states also opposed. I don't hide facts. 3 BJP-ruled states also opposed, including Gujarat. I'm saying that. Sir, I'm saying it, sir. I'm saying it myself that Gujarat opposed it. I'm saying it myself. अरे नंबूत्री बात गवर्नमेंट को सेव नहीं कर पाया कांग्रेस से, आप क्या खड़े हो रहे हो? कम्युनिस्ट है, बैठ जाओ. Sir, 3 non-BJP ruled states, sir. So I don't. 3 non-BJP ruled states. I said about Gujarat, now I'm saying non-BJP ruled states, including Congress-ruled Maharashtra, oppose provisions of the UPA's GST. So if they want to first shout about Gujarat, I'm saying it myself. But please do shout about Maharashtra as well. No, they want to pretend they were all ready. They were not ready. Sir, Congress-led ruling UDF government, all right, in Kerala voiced severe concerns. Okay, sir, left front opposes, UDF opposes, Congress is part of the UDF, but no, they will never say that. One Gujarat is what they want to say. And I'll tell you why Gujarat had to oppose also. So, they could not bring the GST amendment. When we bring it, this is how they would like to shout about it. But I'm sorry, I'm not lying, sir. I'm sorry. I will have to demand a written apology from Shri Jairam Ramesh for accusing me of lying, which I never do. And whether it is parliamentary or unparliamentary, first of all, sir, the chair, I trust you will take care of that. But accusing me of lying is now very clear, runs in the Congress blood. Somebody had to go to the court to say sorry. When I was the defense minister, not only did they call Prime Minister Modi as a chore, but they kept calling me that I'm lying. And who had to go and apologize in the court? And now, I wouldn't mind seeing another member going and apologizing in the court, although the word said in the parliament is never taken to the court. Sir, all MPs in the House, when the GST was brought in, and this is also something which the Congress will have to gulp if they can, all MPs present in the House, including those of the Congress, had voted for the GST constitutional amendment, which was brought in by Prime Minister Modi. In fact, I wouldn't mind if Jairam Ramesh once again calls me that I'm lying, but records of the Parliament will say it. Jairam Ramesh wanted to move some amendments, but Dr. Manmohan Singh personally asked him not to do so because of the fine consensus that has been arrived in the GST Council.
Yes.
Sir, I don't lie, records don't lie. Don't jump in a hurry to accuse me that I'm lying. Sir? I will authenticate it. But you authenticate that I'm lying, please.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, it's a fair comment by Jairam Ramesh. You need to authenticate it.
Yes.
And during the course of the day, when I watched the Lok Sabha debates, I frequently came across, please authenticate. It is started in this House. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, sir. I will authenticate. And despite the support given by the Congress in passing the amendment, GST constitutional amendment, you have the Congress leader, again not taking name, goes about calling the GST a Gabbar Singh tax. Sir, and therefore, about amendments, I have said some words. Now I just want to highlight...
Minister, but if some Gabbar Singh comes and files a suit then?
Sir?
If some Gabbar Singh in the country comes forward,
oh, yes,
that I have been defamed there.
That's right, sir. And the problem, sir, when GST matters come, I will sometime again speak as much as I've done it earlier. Congress ministers are sitting and arguing about rates, sir, that they will not know. The GST Council, Congress finance ministers are also sitting and talking about it. So we are marking the Constitution 75th year. I want to just remind again something very, very quickly, sir. When 75 years of Indian independence was marked in 2022, Prime Minister Modi had celebrated it in the name of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Throughout the country, every state government participated.